co-founder of the groundbreaking children's literacy NGO Golden Baobab. We are celebrating Deborah Aincra. She is a Sheroes. Sheroes of Our Time is created and produced by Anita Erskine Media.
Sheroes of Our Time, that was a celebration worth mentioning there. Now on to our next story. In just a few months, students across the UK will be sitting their GCSE exams. The lead up to exams can be very pressurizing, not only on students but also on parents, and it is estimated that students with 5 GCSE passes, including English and Maths, are likely to earn £250,000 more in their career. With GCSE results playing such a vital role in the future employment, it's no surprise many parents will feel overwhelmed and confused when it comes to how best to support their children during their revision periods. Now, following many curriculum and subject changes over the years, helping your child revise can seem like a daunting task. For parents concerned about their lack of knowledge, their lack of subject knowledge, it can be reassuring to know that keeping children motivated, managing stress, and offering support will be crucial for reaching success together. Callings are on hand to support parents through this key time by offering advice and tips on how to triumph together. Now, one of the main things parents can do is recognize distractions. With the introduction of online study elements, it can be hard to know when your child is studying or procrastinating. So it is important to know the difference. The average teenager spends up to 8 hours a day consuming media. That is phones, tablets, computers being the worst distractions. Even having music playing in the background can prove to be detrimental to the revision periods, decreasing concentration levels. Despite this, revision, rest, and recreation go well together. So, setting rules on how to tie these three can make or break an exam. Guiding our children through their studies when they are off school grounds is crucial also to obtain good results. And students should be emotionally stable going into the exams, I beg your pardon. And this is done through the right amount of preparation and a clear mind, understanding the best study scenarios for them and recognizing distractions that will put them on the right path for a good rate. Now, I have joining me to talk about this author and motivational speaker, Lee Jackson. Lee, welcome to the program. Thanks very much for your time. And first of all, tell me why GCSE exams can be stressful.
Yeah, because before GCSEs, by the end of their GCSEs, a child will have done 14,000 hours of education. That's a long time. I think it's 2,340 days of schooling. So it becomes the end of school for many people, and it becomes the first time they're really being tested. And so I guess the pressure is on that they've got all these different subjects, usually about 12 subjects, and the 14,000 hours of education, and they don't want to waste that. And so that becomes a lot very pressured because they want to please their parents, they want to get to the right sixth form, or they want to think ahead for university. And so it obviously brings that general pressure because it's the first time they're really tested.
So tell me, what should parents do for their children in the lead up to the exam? There seems to be a lot of anxiety when it's coming up to that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the best thing is for them to be a coach and to help them to build a team around them. That's a really important thing. That, you know, as many people say, it's good not to major on the minors. In other words, not to concentrate too much on certain things that they might say or do, or have an untidy room, but really it's about being a support for them. Imagine them, being in I love basketball, and being in, it's like you're in the basketball team. You've got to coach them through this season to get the best out of them, and so it's good to cut them a little bit of slack. It's good to help them to, and just have that support around them, because they may need a hug. They may need the odd coffee, to go out for coffee, to chat. They might need constant encouragement that they can do it. And I think that's one of our jobs as parents, is to be that kind of coach, to encourage them to keep on going through this season.
It seemed like some amount of effort that parents need to put in. What would you say to parents who possibly have a very, very challenging work life, where they may not be available to really provide that support? How can they really support their child in these times?
Well, I think one of the problems with parenting is that when we think that we are everything to our child.
Okay.
And I think that, the proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, and I think it's good to bring in other people, friends, family, people from the community, and just have other people around. And if they can't be there all the time, then to have people around. But they may also decide as a parent to possibly take certain days off or half days off at key times, maybe the first exam or a particularly tough day. And so we can sometimes adjust our work schedule, but also we can get members of family and friends and other people to sort of be there when we can't be. I think that's the thing. It's just to remember it's for a season. It'll be over by the middle of June, and it's just for a season, particularly between the sort of, in May and June is the key time really to support them.
Let's talk about the tools, Lee. The tools that are needed to make effective revision. What are some of these tools, and how can parents make sure that their children have the right tools?
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of good advice out there and tools. And my publisher Collins, who I wrote a book with, they've got some fantastic stuff out now, which is they've got this whole thing called Revision That Sticks. And they've got these all-in-one guides, so you can buy a book that tells them what to revise, but also gives them a repetition and gives them the practice of that. So in effect, they can read it, and they can go away and look at that again, and they can do a past paper. So everything is in one guide, and you'll see those in the shops. They're called all-in-one guides by Collins, and they're a really great resource, and no one does that apart from Collins. It's a brand new thing. And it helps them. Basically, they've got this book in front of them, and that will say it's for English, a particular subject in English, and they will be able to do that just by going through this book, by repeating stuff, by testing themselves, by writing the questions. And really, it does require hard work. But there's some good tools out there, you know what I mean?
That's what I was going to come to, because you just spoke about this great book that Collins have published, and I'm thinking that maybe the challenge of the child might be committing valuable time to actually study and read. So in order to be able to get these ideas, or to get the right tactics to revise effectively, they need to read. So then that becomes sort of another reading before another reading. So if a particular child is not in a position to do that, or is not really prone to committing him or herself to that diligent study, is there anything that the parent can do? Are there any two additional tools that can help?
Yeah, I think it's about mindset, really. It's about helping them to understand. I wrote a book with Collins called GCSE Revision Study Skills.
Right.
The first half of that book is helping them to understand the mindset that they need to get through this.
Okay.
It's not about revision techniques. It's actually about what you need to get through it. And first of all, you do need to understand that you can't do your exams without doing some hard work. That's a basic principle. As you well know, you wouldn't get to where you are today if you hadn't put some work in, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But also the other big one that I talk about a lot in school when I'm doing my motivational talks is focusing. There's a lot of distractions out there, and it's about them focusing. That's really important. And it's important that they focus on the right thing at the right time. And I think that's a real key message for them. So they have to switch off their phones. And I always say it's better for them to do 20 minutes uninterrupted than to sit in their room messing about for 2 hours.
Now, Lee, it's sounds like we are losing this battle right from the very beginning, because now kids at very, very, very little age, from maybe 3, are being introduced to electronic gadgets, iPad, iPhones, and in order for parents to sort of have peace of mind, quote and unquote, we engage these kids with our gadgets. So then when they grow up and we need them to concentrate, it's a problem. So how can we really deal with this distraction in the lead up to them concentrating on revision, if in case the child is one that has been used to this electronic gadget games and that kind of thing? What are some of the things they can do?
There's nothing wrong with a smartphone. There's nothing wrong with playing games.
Right.
These are all good things, but we only have limited time in the day.
Okay.
And so it's about focusing. And in fact, I've only got limited time now. I've only got a minute or so
right.
to finish this interview. And it's about focusing, and it's about them saying, look, you can't be the best on Xbox and pass your GCSEs. There just isn't enough time in the day. So it's about understanding that for this season only for a couple of months, you need to get down and do some work and do it in the best way that you can. And for most people, that's extending the school day. So the school day starts at 8 o'clock. They get to school and actually work until 5 or 5:30, like we would in an office situation, and just extend the day and do extra work at the end of the day. That could make the difference between passing and failing.
Well, no, Lee, I know you have limited time, so I'm going to bundle this quickly, these two questions into one. Now, one is about support. What are the signs that the child is not getting enough support, and then how can we as parents avoid, giving our children instructions and sort of getting into arguments and stuff?
Yeah, so I think it's important that we just choose our battles so carefully,
right,
that we say to them, I won't deal with that right now, and I'll just be an encourager. And I think that's the best way to do it. And I hope some of that advice has helped you. It's been great to speak. It has been great. Well, just tell us briefly how we can find out more information. Absolutely. You can just Google Revision That Sticks, collins.co.uk/revision that sticks. Or if you want me to come into school, then my name is Lee Jackson. It's leejackson.biz. And you can look at there. There's lots of resources there. It's a pleasure to be with you today.
Lee, thanks very much for your time, and thanks for helping us through this one.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers. Now, that was Lee Jackson, who joined me to talk about revising for GCSE. Now, this interview is available on our YouTube page. You can go back there and listen to the amazing things that he said about helping your child through revision, which is very, 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 very important. You need to make sure that the child is committing enough time to revise for their GCSE, as it's been revealed by research that they stand the chance of earning up to £250,000 more in their career if they pass their GCSE. That is 5 passes, which includes English and maths. So like Lee was saying, it's a limited period of time. It's just for a season. You need to concentrate, put away the gadgets, put away the Xbox, the iPad, the phones, and all those destructive games, and concentrate, get it going, and come out successful. This is ABN Radio London's Afropolitan radio station. Is The Discourse with me, Daniel Datson. Just reminding you that The Discourse is back with Esther Alade next week, Friday, the 23rd of March 2016. And in the same vein, on Monday there will be the all new ABN Radio breakfast. So ABN breakfast, the Afropolitan breakfast, served in an Afropolitan way like never before. We'll be back. JB will be joining me for us to look into some of the issues that we've raised on the show this morning.
So I feel like you need to play something for me.
For you?
Oh, just for me and everybody else watching, but mostly for me.
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, he's singing right to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you have the name right.
Yeah, it's me.